This love pain, anybody gotta feel like a pop for this love pain. Anybody gotta pray like a session for this love pain. Yeah, ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription? Yeah, for this love pain. Anybody gotta feel like a pop for this love pain. Anybody gotta pray like a session for this love pain. Yeah, ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription?
Good morning. Hello, everybody. This is Vivian. How are you? And today is Monday again. They come so fast, right? This is Monday. God, wasn't it Monday yesterday? No. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Everything's gonna be all right. So, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I hope you guys are doing well, you and your families. Everything is going okay for you. Today, I want to kind of talk about a little bit about mentorship. Now, if you are new to the broadcast, please give StreamYard permission for you to see, for me to see your comments. And please make some comments because I would love to hear your opinions. Maybe, give me a topic you want me to talk about or whatever. But anyway, whether you're listening to this on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, just leave your comments and I will respond to them as soon as I possibly can. I'm thinking about hiring a VA to do some of these things because, it gets a little much sometimes, right? So anyway, I want to talk about mentorship. So I was listening to one of my mentors yesterday that I really, really admire this lady, and came to my mind something to talk about this today because a lot of times, a lot of us think that to have a mentor, you have to know the person or they have to be someone in your close proximity. Well, they don't. Your mentor doesn't even have to know you. You don't really have to know them other than where you follow them, maybe you listen to them or whatever. But in business and in life, we all have somebody that we admire, right? We have somebody that we look up to, that we want to emulate. Somebody that has or is living the life that we desire to live. Now, if you're, excuse me, if you're following somebody and they are not living the life that you want to live, you might want to stop following them and get you somebody else. But just so you know, your mentor is not somebody that you necessarily have to know. You don't have to know them personally. They don't have to know you, but it's somebody that you admire. So you can follow them on Facebook. You can follow them on Twitter, on any of their social media platforms. You can look to see if maybe they've written a book or they have a blog post or a podcast that you can follow and get to know them. Now, you can reach out to your mentor, especially if they're, a famous person or whatever, not to say that they will respond. But don't stop following them just because they don't respond to you. But the thing about it is that you're following them because you're trying to emulate what they're doing, especially if it's something that you desire to do. So if you're following someone because they have the financial life that you want, then you admire their business acumen, then you follow that person. You model what they do. And guess what? Eventually, you're going to get to the point where your success looks similar to theirs. Now, everybody's success is different and your definition of success is different. But if you follow the person who you consider your mentor, then you'll eventually start doing the things that they did to get where they are. and whatever that is for you, because not everybody meshes with you. You don't mesh with everyone. Everyone is not your mentor. If you want to pay for somebody, you can very well do that. Because a lot of people pay for a mentor or a coach. I was getting ready to drink this water, and then I forgot what I was doing. Hold on a second. And you can pay for a mentor or a coach, but you don't have to. A mentor can actually be free. You can follow somebody. Like, I follow Lisa Nichols because I admire this woman so much in the way her tenacity and how she brought herself up out of the place where she was and where she is now, and how she did it. Not necessarily that I want to be exactly like her, but I want to model what she's doing and how she's helping people, because all of that is just a matter of being consistent in what you're doing, being honest and being true to yourself. And that's the part about her that I like, is that she's honest and she's true to herself, no matter what anybody says about her. And you know what? You're going to put yourself out there. You're going to talk to people and whatever. And there's always going to be someone that doesn't like what you're doing. But the thing about it is that you don't have to worry about that. The people that don't like you, I heard somebody say the other day, I forget what they call them. An unconscious admirer, because they don't realize that they admire you. They're following you on every social media platform that you go to. And some people call them trolls, some people call them whatever, haters or whatever. But if they didn't like you, if they didn't think that there was something about you, they wouldn't keep following you, even if they keep saying something negative. So rejoice in it. Just say, wow, they're following me. Oh my God, they keep following me. Apparently, they must like something, because otherwise, why do they keep following me? So don't worry about the people that are saying negative things, and don't respond to it if you don't want to. I did that, and at one point, because I felt something different about this person's comment, and I didn't think it was necessarily directed at me. I thought maybe the person was in pain of some sort, and turns out, yes, they had some issues around something that I said triggered this response. But what I said had no actual connotation to what this person was going through. But after a conversation with them, not an argument, but a conversation with them, found out they were a nice person. They just, something that in my post triggered something in them, and they just went off the deep end for a second. But then, instead of clapping back or doing something stupid, like arguing with them, I just responded to them in a calm manner. And so sometimes, your mentor, if you look at what your mentor does, or the person that you're following, whatever that person is, then you're going to look at maybe how they handle adversity, how they move on in the face of failure or whatever. And a lot of times when you're looking at someone, you're looking at someone who's doing something different than what you're doing, because your results may not be to your liking, but the results that they're getting, doing pretty much almost the same thing that you want to do, is more to your liking. So that's a mentor. That's somebody that you can follow at any time that you want. And so you don't have to actually know someone to follow them. And that's all that is. I heard several well-known people say that, they had mentors that they followed. They never met this person ever. But this person had a profound positive impact on their lives, and that they were where they were because of that person. As a matter of fact, I heard somebody say the other day that they followed Jim Rohn. If you're a younger person, you may not know who Jim Rohn is because he passed away, I think, back in 2009. But Jim Rohn was I want to say motivational speaker, but he did more than motivate people. He inspired people. He transformed lives. Is pretty much as that indicates, because he was just so down to earth, this man, and the way he put things just made a whole heck of a lot of sense, you know. So, but this person said that, you know, they didn't meet Jim Rohn for years until after they were successful because of some of the things that Jim Rohn said, because they followed him, they went to his seminars, they read his books, they did all these things, and they followed him. But then, it was Tony Robbins actually that said that. But then years later, he met Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn actually shouted him out, you know, on his podcast or whatever, or in one of his seminars, which was fantastic. He offered his services to Jim Rohn for free. He's like, look, whatever I can do for you, that's great. You know, he was a reporter of Jim Rohn's content. And so whenever you find a mentor that you really admire, it's okay to reach out, whether they answer or not. You know, offer to, you know, promote one of their events, you know, whatever it is that you can do. And then all of a sudden you'll start to be in the presence of that person. Maybe not face to face right away, but you'll be in the presence of that person. And then you can learn from a closer proximity. But keep in mind that your mentor does not have to know you. You don't have to know them personally, but know them, get to know them, get to know what they do, get to know how they do it. And then as time goes on, you'll find that you will start to emulate them. And then you'll start to produce your own information or content or product or whatever it is that you're following them for, because you'll get ideas, you know, like Tony Robbins. I mean, look at Tony Robbins today. Jim Rohn influenced him when he was a kid, and he followed him, and he went and told people all about what Jim Rohn said. He gave him credit for whatever he said, but he followed Jim Rohn like Jim Rohn was, you know, the end all and be all. But then eventually he learned all the things that Jim Rohn was teaching, and then he developed his own style. So he didn't mimic Jim Rohn. He reported his information, but he developed his own style in delivery. And so the same thing can happen to you, whether it's your financial life, your love life, your speaking life, your business life, whatever it is you're following that person for. Eventually you're going to learn about what they did and how they did it, and then you'll develop your own style in that and become successful yourself, whatever success looks like to you. So, you know, if you can find a mentor that you know, great. Somebody that you can have a face-to-face with all the time, or somebody you can pick up the phone and call, that is fantastic. But remember, you don't have to. They don't have to know you, you don't have to know them, but you can follow what they do and model what they do if that's what speaks to you. If a person speaks to your soul, follow them, emulate them, model them. But don't hold up your life saying, oh my God, I can't afford a mentor. It's not necessary for you to afford one. You don't have to pay for a mentor. Anybody can be your mentor. I mean, I got tons of mentors. None of them know me. Not one of them know my name. And if they do know my name, it's because I'm on an email list. Okay? Just saying. And you can have a mentor for different areas of your life. You don't have to have just one. Some people say, well, you only follow one voice. Well, maybe that one voice doesn't know about this area of your life. Lisa she's an all around person, and I love to follow her because she's just a magnificent human being. And she has a almost 360 view of life that I admire, and I can follow her. But she is not my only mentor that I follow, because in certain parts of my life, she doesn't have that expertise. And so I have a mentor for my financial life, even though she's very successful in her financial life. But I have someone that specifically for the specific type of finances I want to get involved in, and they are very successful in it. So I follow them. They don't know me. They know my name because I've been in some of their classes. Well, at least they know my name when I show up in class. They don't know my face. I've never met them, but they are a mentor because I follow them for their expertise. So you can have a mentor that has no idea who you are, and it's okay. Don't hold up your life waiting to afford a mentor. You can afford it. You know why? Because you can read. You can read books. You can look at videos. If you can't read, that's fine too. Listen to an audio. Go to YouTube, listen to an audio. I mean, whatever it is. But don't hold up your life waiting on someone else to save you, because in the end, though, you're the only one that can save you. But a mentor is just someone that can help guide you there faster. Help you kind of navigate the obstacles, that they've already jumped over or they've already navigated. They can tell you how to avoid those and get to your destination faster. Okay, so if you find your mentor, fantastic. Just find one. Start to follow them, start to model them, and live your life. It is what it is. And if you ever get a chance to meet them, don't do the fangirl thing like I'm probably going to do if I meet Lisa Nichols ever in life. But I don't get too excited about famous people. But sometimes, when somebody really touches your life, you do kind of get a little giddy, right? So, like years ago, I'm going to tell you this one last story and I'm going to leave you. But years and years ago, I love Anita Baker. That woman and her voice and her character and all of that just really touches my soul. And I remember I was living in Delaware, and they used to have this thing called Jazz in the Park. And Anita came there to sing, and I didn't know that she was. Well, I saw her on the flyer. I'm like, you mean the real Anita Baker? She's gonna be in Delaware. And so my family and I got there really early because I wanted to be sitting, have our little setup in the front, because you on the grass, you had your lawn chairs or whatever it was. So we came really early, got our little setup right there in the front of the stage. And I remember that when she came on stage, oh my God, I thought I was going to pass out. And when she came off the stage, she came down the stairs, she came off the stage, and I said, oh my God, I just love you. And she hugged me, and I thought my world was changing. I was in my 20s then, just so you know. But it was amazing. I was just so enamored with her, and so I was just so happy. I tell you, I jumped up and down for probably hours after that. I said, oh my God, Anita Baker. Anita Baker hugged me, and she called me hun, and I was just fangirling all over the place. But that's the one and only time that I've met a celebrity that I did that, because all of them, even though I admired what they did, they never really touched my soul. And that's what a mentor that you really admire will do for you. They touch your soul. And You might, be a little giddy when you see them, but it doesn't necessarily. I mean, it depends on your personality, but find someone. Find someone that you admire that's doing the thing that you want to do, or they have the life that you want to have, and you'll get there much faster because they will tell you their story. And you might even be a mentor to somebody else. Who knows? Think about that. So, guys, I'm going to leave you now, and I hope you got something out of that. And please like and share this video and share it with someone that you think might need to hear that. And I hope that you have a fantastically marvelous day. And I will see you on my next video. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.